So many people have questions, don't you see? So many people. Not from here, of course. People here have no questions to ask. Not dunya, not akhirah questions. But other people, they have. So we stop asking you to ask questions to others asking. We have to answer. Your job is just to give me these questions. We are trying to find excuses for you, for us not to be upset or to be angry or to count. It's okay to be patient. But you're poking us more. So what are you doing? So people do have questions. They're very difficult questions too. You have to unpack, you have to open. That means they want to listen. But if I answer start one question, half of you will sleep. Sleeping. But if I joke around, I talk about something else, dunya, I don't know, food, everyone is going to be awake. If I tell Masud to come up here to make a joke, everyone, their whole hearts, they're going to be awake. Get like this time to time. Understanding why Shaykh Effendi get like that to time. I'm not a Shaykh, I'm not Shaykh Effendi, but I understand that a little bit. Because they need to give sohbat. But very few are willing to listen to sohbat. Half of you are sleeping, including you. First one to sleep. You. So many. Channels are opening. Others are coming to listen, I know. When we speak, Shaykh Effendi would listen. Astaghfirullah. Do we mean that he's going to? No. We're saying when he sent us to Passaic, for instance, why is the mic going on and off? We don't know. Of course we don't know. Everything is, when it comes to the way of Allah, I don't know. It's a mystery. It's Shaykh Effendi would sneak to listen to what I have to say. Once he knew who was listening, I would end it right away. Feel very shy and embarrassed to speak in his presence. So many times he is putting some screen, not to let me to know. Then I'll keep on speaking. And later, after that is finished, and they say, oh, he's there, he's been there for 1 hour listening, I get very, uptight a little bit. But Shaykh Effendi said so many times, they have to give sohbet for new sohbet to come also. It's just thinking during the zikr. That's why Shaykh Effendi is saying so many times, he'd rather give sohbet to the dead, their hearts are alive, than to the living, their hearts are dead. Understand? So many questions you're asking, it's very difficult. Meaning, it takes time. I have to unpack it step by step. You have to follow me step by step. This one sleeping, this one not paying attention, this one, that. Then it cuts off. So yes, time to time I feel like this. Because it's too much already, fed up. But like I said to the women, if I give them sweet, they say, oh, please don't leave. Once upon a time, once, 6 months, not even. I'm going to be very rough with them. I'm going to give them the bitterness, not accepting. Men also. Everything is supposed to change our behavior. Sohbet is supposed to change our behavior. If it's not changing the behavior, then we have to give the same sohbet until there's a medicine. You're supposed to take other medicines for you to become. But you didn't improve from the first station. You have to take it again and again and again. Sometimes we get fed up because there are more interesting things that we want to open. So, what can we do? Yeah. So what are you going to ask? It's okay, say. Say that again? Because they're not ready to. You've been having that for 10 minutes, but they're still not. They need a bit of time to turn it on. Yes. See? Work of Allah. So simple, but it's so difficult. Shaitan cannot enter into this place. You have to bring Shaitan in. You have to bring him in from the inside. Still not getting rid of it. Still running away. Still being weak. Still giving excuses. You're not trying to do something. Easy, they can control you. You understand? So what's your question?
The question is why? What are the guidelines to ask questions and why?
No guidelines. No guidelines. You ask questions because you have been thinking about it. You cannot find the answer. You ask questions because you want to find an answer. Why you want to find an answer? Answer to what? We are here to find Allah. To be in the way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. What is stopping us? What is stopping us? What is that is in front of us that we're not understanding? Why we're not reaching to this station or this station? Why is this hitting us? Can't find an answer? That's when you ask. If you find an answer, if you know, easy, everyone is going to say, oh, my ego. What does that mean? If you find the answer, you will change. You start changing a little bit, step by step. You don't change. If anything, you get worse. So many, some stuck, some they get worse and worse. So no guidelines to asking questions. You ask questions because you've been thinking about the sohbat. Sohbats are continuing one week to another, putting things together, trying to understand this. So, that's okay. Can ask with the tongue. And the heart is also asking. But when the heart is asking, you don't need to ask from the tongue. That time it comes. That time, people who don't understand the language I'm speaking, they will ask, or their hearts are asking. And the way is open and I speak. You all have seen me in Turkey, no? Because they're very thirsty. Every time it opens. Even if it's something that you've heard 100 times before, it's something new, refreshing that is there. But when the heart is not asking, heart is bored like that, it affects us too. So, it's okay. What can we do? Right.